you can also go to this school to complete like some like it's not just it's like really hard to explain, but like
Mm-hmm.
you could go and just like, oh, I want to have these like for example, we have math 1 to 5, and
Okay.
to be like have the base eligibility, is that a word?
Mm-hmm.
To apply for any university, you usually have to have one, or you have to have one or 1 and 2. But some universities, like if you want to become a doctor, you have to have 1, 2, 3, 4, and maybe 5. But your high school might only, like the program you chose in high school might only offer 1 and 2. So then after high school, instead of like applying to a college, you instead go to this school and you're like, oh, okay, I choose to, I was in fucking media in high school. Like that was my major or whatever you call it. But now I want to become a doctor. So then you have to go to this school that the shooting was at. Not this particular one, but one that like this. And you have to read up on, like, you have to take the classes 4 and 5, like 3, 4, 5, to be eligible to apply for that university. Does that make sense?
Yep. Yep. You can get, like
Yeah.
college
So it's
credit
not
type
only for
thing.
people who are like, lazy in school and need to have extra education to manage life or like apply to any job. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's also for people who just want to study, like have more what do you say, have more chances at a broader application chance to more fucking to more universities or colleges. So yeah, hopefully that makes sense. It's a little bit hard for me to explain because obviously the education system is different in Sweden than it is in the US
Yep.
and
Yep.
everywhere else.
Okay. So you are Swedish, and
Yes.
this is being touted as the deadliest attack in your guys' history. Do you have recollections of other attacks? Like, or is this, as far as you can remember,
No.
the worst that you've ever can recall?
Mm, yeah, it depends on what you like classify it as.
Like a shooting, or
I
like
mean, a mass shooting,
mhm,
yes,
mass shooting?
definitely. There's not a lot of shootings at all in Sweden, and especially not massive ones.
Mhm.
But there's been, I'm sure there's been like explosions, or there was one thing that happened a couple of years ago, where there was a lone crazy guy that just like exploded some shit in his apartment. But I don't think a lot of people passed away. I think it was just like a couple, like one. I can't remember. Anyway, so there's been some like instances of that, but just gun violence. I think that's the thing that stands out. Uh, so yeah, and apparently this was, it's like a lone guy. It wasn't like connected to gangs or anything like they said.
Gangs. They're also saying that they're speculating it's not terror. Has there been? Do you recall many terror events in the past?
No, we don't have that.
You don't have that.
I think that's what people usually say. They don't have. We don't really know what that means. Like for Sweden, you know.
Hmm.
When I think of terrorist attack, I still think of 9/11. Like for me, it's just like I don't know what.
Yeah, it's not even a thing.
Yeah, it's not even a thing here.
Damn. Damn.
And school shootings are also not a thing here. There's never been a school shooting ever.
Just,
I'm not sure though. Like a lot of people, are like, oh my god, there's a school shooting, and they think about like small kids.
mhm.
But it's important to keep in mind that this is not like a regular school, I'm not saying it's worse or better. I'm just saying like it's good to keep in mind that it's not like it's not just like a. I mean the guy that did it was an adult, 35-year-old. So,
Mm-hmm.
but they've said nothing about him going to the school or being a teacher or have any affiliation with the school or anything.
Yeah. Yeah, Mild
Like they haven't said
says.
anything.
Yeah, Mild says terror is a word that gets thrown around a lot these days, especially in the U.S. And they did specify in
Yeah.
this article that they don't believe this to be an act of terror, Mild. And then Sweden doesn't have any oil companies, says TTC Bethel.
I honestly don't even know like what even classifies as a terror. Isn't terrorist something like you do something to? I don't even know what the definition is. What's the definition?
Let me pull it up. Definition of terror attack. Definition of terror attack. Terror attacks are a use of violence or threat of violence to achieve a political, religious, or social goal. The goal is to intimidate or coerce the government or civilian population.
Okay.
Yep.
I mean, I guess we don't know yet because we don't
Yep.
know his what is it called?
Motive.
Motive. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I have my own speculations, but I'm not sure if you want to hear them.
Sure.
They literally just come from reading. Because okay, what do you say?
Go for it. Let's hear your speculations.
So
again,
there's
there's
a thing in
speculations.
Sweden.
So
There's a thing. There's a forum in Sweden.
Okay.
It's called Flashback.
Flashback.
And it is. It's been around since literally the dawn of internet.
Mm-hmm.
And this forum is notorious for being very well. Let's just say that everyone is very anonymous on this forum.
Oh, so it's kind of like 4chan, similar to that.
Yeah, I would say, but more of a serious one. Actually, I don't know how 4chan is nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
But
Brogden, I was supposed to say, well, we're talking about you. You're Swedish peoples.
Not grinding.
I'm sorry that you guys have a dark day in your history today.
Yeah, we do. But what was I gonna say? So yeah, so flashback is like, like if you like when I want to know, like if I heard that something happened on like the news, something like this, I'll be like, I'll go to like the main news sites and check them, and then the second thing I do is go to flashback. Not because it's a news site, because it's definitely not, and there's a lot of people speculating there, but because it also tends to have people there that actually knows things, like neighbors to whatever happened, and people really. I know the police is actively watching this site for people who are like engaged in criminal activities and also like have a suspicious amount of information on hand. And I'm pretty sure it's filled with like hackers and, it's like Mr. Robot stuff,
Mm-hmm.
Did you watch that series?
Nope.
Oh, well. Anyway. But it's also filled with a lot of bad people.
Mm-hmm.
And those people are not afraid of saying what they feel in the comments either. So you have to take everything with a pinch of salt.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, when this happened, I tried to access the site and it was literally overloaded for like 5 hours.
Oh shit!
Or even more, like 6 hours. I don't know if they shut it down temporarily or if they just. It was just so many people trying to access it, because it's like I'm pretty sure like. I don't actually know how many people like use that site, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's like at least half of the population of Sweden,
Mm-hmm.
which is not a lot
Yep.
in your numbers, but you know.
That's a significant percentage for your country. Yep.
Flashback doxes medical. Yeah, that's the thing. Also, they don't really have a lot of filters there, so people will start like they will, upload the picture of the suspect on some site, some secret fucking cloud shit, and then they will just like post it in the chat or in the forum for everybody to see. But the reason I say take it with a pinch of salt is that in these times, like, people speculate a lot, and they like to speculate a lot, and sometimes, or many times, I think a lot of people take it like they are so hungry for information and they really want to know what happened because it's so crazy, so people kind of take it as news, even though it's mostly speculation, or it's just like it's just one guy on a forum that wrote it. It's also surprisingly racist. It is very racist, and just to tell you like how this forum is, like there's whole like parts of the forum that just discusses like mixing different drugs and like how to pick up prostitutes in this country. And it's like and it's like that mixed with like, okay, how can I have a better life, or like how can I, it's like it's just everything on there. But anyway, some of the speculations that I've been inspired from some of the people that wrote there. So I'm just gonna say this is not true in any meaning of the word. It's facts because Bob says so. Yeah. And yeah. So they did post a picture of the guy in the news, but it is blurred. So we still can't see his face. And it's they're not going to show a picture until, actually, I know when they will show a picture. They usually don't show it the first like weeks after something like this happens. But I don't know if I'm yapping too much, or if I just tell you what I found.
No, you're given the background. So you're saying that you went to a site that has raw, unfiltered information. And
yeah, that's where I've been like hiding out this evening, or not hiding out. I've been reading it, but there's a lot. Like there's 90% of it. It's just like people arguing about racism in the comments. But like
he suffered for pixelitis. What is that? And then 11 dead now, says Grogden.
Oh, yeah.
Sad.
Yeah, it's very sad.
All right, so all this, you've gathered information, and you have your own conspiracy theory, your own speculation, which again is speculation. So it is not the truth, Gatos. It's just a guess. It's a guess. So Rawriz, what is your speculation?
Okay, my speculation is so this just comes from a few like things that they actually said. They said that the guy was a loner. And they said that, and every time I hear that someone is a loner and their family is like, yeah, he never came to our family stuff, and I'm pretty sure he doesn't have any friends. My mind immediately goes to like, I'm pretty sure he has friends, but they're like on the internet, and he's like on the dark web, fucking turning into a horrible person slowly. And this school, as Grogden says, teaches Swedish immigrants.
Oh, no.
And so my speculation is that this guy was basically a racist guy, and he was like, my life sucks. I'm gonna shoot some immigrants before I kill myself. But again, this is speculation. This is not in the news. But I would not be surprised if this is... I would not be surprised at all if this is what actually will come out later. because it will come out eventually.
They said he had changed his name once. Interesting. Wonder
Yeah,
why.
I don't know. But every time they said, like, as I said, I haven't looked into this like super, because there's nothing you can even trust except maybe the news source. And also, on a side note, one of the main one of the main sites is called Aftonbladet in Sweden. They're like notorious for being like not very careful. Like they're like, they will post whatever. Okay, so for example, when I was a kid, there was an earthquake. This is going on a tangent, but okay, there was an earthquake when I was a kid. Okay, everybody went out in the street and was like, "What was that?" Because it sounded like a bear like dropped on the roof. And everybody was like, "I don't know what that was. Probably an earthquake." And then we went into the house again and it went on with our life. The next day in this Aftonbladet, it said literally that the people of this town is what did it say? It said are fleeing their homes in panic. That's what it said. And I'm like, what do you mean fleeing the home? Yeah, sure. I left the home momentarily to check if the neighbors heard anything, but then I just went in and continued watching TV. So like after that, I don't trust this fucking newspaper to put anything out there that's like truthful. They will over exaggerate anything. Is that what it's called?
Yep, Grogden called it tabloid news. And then
definitely. But they're also very fast with the actual news. So for things like this, I will, I will trust them. But they also, I heard that they pulled an article or like a part because apparently before it even got out there that this guy was a suspect, they called his dad and they were like, "Do you know what your son have done?" And he was like, "I don't know what the fuck's going on. What the hell are you talking about?" And then they put that in the news. And then they pulled that because I don't know if it was the right guy or the wrong guy or whatever. Like, ugh. And people on Twitter like it was just like this fucking Aftonbladet that they keep doing shit like this. So they're speculating themselves, kind of, even though they're supposed to be a news source, a serious one.
Yep.
Anyway.
News. Yep. I did want to. I'm going to snooze this ad break so we can talk a little bit more without being interrupted, and people can still see. I did want to catch up. Grogden made the comment that his speculation is it looks like the guy is a 35-year-old loner who was a hunter. He probably had racial motives. My speculation.
Yeah.
So Grogden's on the same page.
Yeah, he had a weapon license. That's the thing. And the only way to get a weapon license, or the only reason you would get one in Sweden, is for hunting. Or if you're a policeman or woman.
Oh wow! So it's very hard to get a gun, unless you're okay. How much is a license usually?
Why would I know that?
Oh, that's a good question. I'll Google it.
I don't have a license. I've never held a gun. Most Swedish people never hold a gun in their life, except like if they go to a shooting range, which is extremely rare.
Targeters for sport. Yeah, well, you're talking to American, where they hand guns to babies.
Yeah, no, it's not a thing here.
And then Mild made a very good comment. He says, "I wonder if this is a trickle-down effect from larger nations, or it's just the tone of the world. It's causing xenophobic issues and leads to these tragedies."
Could be,
Do you feel like anti-immigrant sentiment has increased
definitely.
in your adult life?
In the past, like since I was a kid, yeah. I mean, it has everywhere, especially in Europe. Like everywhere in Europe, it has. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. Like, I've seen it increase And I mean, our government. Okay, I know nothing about fucking politics, but I know that. Hello, love. How you doing? I know that the right has been slowly growing stronger in Sweden and also in other countries in the EU. And I say that because the EU is like one big country, kind of. Sometimes it feels like.
Yep. Mostly last 10 to 15 years, it feels like, says Grogden.
Yeah.
And then, so Google says it costs around 400 SEK for a
Oh, that's nothing.
hunting
That's like
permit.
$40.
Okay. Okay. So it's not that expensive. And then I don't imagine guns are. I wonder how much they cost in Sweden relatively.
I'm correct in
Oh,
thinking that Sweden has similar comparable gun to people ratio as the US. I have no idea. But like as I said, you don't have a gun except if you're a hunter or if you are a policeman.
alright. It's not going to be an
That's the
easy
only
search for
reasons.
that.
You can't just get a license like a regular person and just buy a gun. That's not a thing. That's not legal in Sweden. Or like there's no license for that. Shit, I should have made that a part of my RP on GTA. It's like me coming
Are we
from
talking
Sweden
guns?
and
Indirectly, Pip. What's
hello,
going on,
Pip.
It's actually a very dark day in the EU, more specifically Sweden. They just had their worst gun violence event in their history today, Pip. So Rawriz, I brought her on so she could say, if, this is local to her, and I
Yeah, and
appreciate
this is
her.
really random. You literally asked me like when you went live,
Mhm.
so and I don't mind talking about it because I haven't been yapping a lot today. Also, it's kind of nice to just hang out.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is very serious, obviously.
Yeah, this just happened today, love, and then
But
it's
also, I'm just a random like cat girl on the internet. Like,
yeah,
I don't
but
want to
you're a Swedish
be
cat
like, oh my
girl.
god.
Like this is literally in your backyard. Well, not literally, but you know what I'm trying to say. It's within your country, so it's localized to you as far as news goes. Box TV
Yeah.
says, aren't guns common in Sweden? Pretty sure there might be places in Sweden, a dream Finland, where you legally have to have a gun in certain places.
What?
Yeah, read Box's comment. Do you agree?
Yeah, but I don't
Disagree?
understand it. Pretty sure there might be places in Sweden. Is it a typo? And Finland, where I guess it's supposed to say and Finland, where you legally have to have a gun in certain places. No. Wait, what do you mean have to have a gun? Yeah, it's fine. It's supposed to be and, but no, like you for hunting and for if you're in law
Oh,
enforcement.
Krogden, do you want to join the call? If it's faster to talk as opposed to type, I'd be willing to bring you up as well. Krogden says there's about 40 legal guns per 100 people, but it's mostly hunting and sporting. I'm supposed to sleep.
Go sleep, Grog. You can watch the VOD.
I know. It's hard to sleep when you're just like, ugh, such a dark day in your guys' history. That sucks.
Yeah.
AI Rory says, no one has guns here except for hunters.
Well, it's kind of how I see it.
You're all based AI Rorys.
What I'm gonna say is like, okay, first of all, you can't get a gun license. That's not a thing. You get license for hunting, or you get a license for like fucking if you're a policeman. Like you can't just get a gun license.
Thank you for the resub. 10 months. You just spawned on my desk as a cat.
A sub.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Muse. Welcome back. I will shout you out
Protection
later.
against bears. Plenty of places on the world where you legally have to have a gun too if you aren't hunting. I don't know. I have never heard of that.
Grogden, have you heard of that?
It's a thing.
Is there certain areas in Sweden that are dangerous to exist in that you need a gun for protection against animals?
No, I wouldn't say so. We have bears, but
not a thing in Sweden, he says. Not a thing. Okay.
No. It's. I don't think there's anywhere you're required to have a gun.
I'm just gonna let this ad break roll. I'm sorry, got this.
Except police. I'm also seeing an ad, but I talked to you, so maybe it's a little bit of a luxury, you know.
There is a gun
In
license
the
in
mundane
Sweden
life of a
for outside of
non-sub.
hunting. Bears mostly kill hunters anyways. Wait, what? Really?
Yeah, they do.
Really?
Yeah. Sometimes. I remember there was a video of like a there's a video of it. Oh, I shouldn't laugh, but because it's very serious. But there's a guy who was hunting, and he had like a reporter with him because they were doing like a reporter. We're doing like some sort of reporting on like hunting, and all of a sudden, like when they were like searching for the bear and and it just fucking appeared out of nowhere, and he was filming it. So you can see a bear literally like running towards the guy, and he's like screaming, and you can hear the fear in his voice. But then I think he shot the bear or shot like at it, so it like did a 180 before it got to him and just sprinted away. It's like a pretty scary video, but it's like I remember seeing it and I was like, oh, holy shit, that was so close. The bear was just about to kill him. Kill both of them, probably.
Grogden.
But yeah, that guy had a gun, but he was a hunter.
Grogden says, but gun license for protection for civilians is basically not a thing.
No, not a thing. I can say that for sure. But, I mean, yeah, it's... we don't have any large predators or anything that you need to have a gun for. I mean, if you see a bear, people just fucking run. Or go in their house, because sometimes they're in people's backyards. Yeah.
Interesting.
But yeah, you can't buy one just for protection. That's not a thing. But then people may get a hunting license to protect themselves. But that's not the reason for the license, if that makes sense.
Yeah, they'll get it so that they can.
Like, they might get it so they can protect themselves if they have, you know, a bear that usually walks around where they hang out or whatever.
Got wolves and bears.
Yeah, wolves as well. But wolves are like, sure, they're dangerous, but it's usually just a problem that they kill, you know, people's cattle and shit like that. Cat.
So Box says, okay, Finland and Iceland for sure have places where you legally have to have a gun. Not sure about Sweden.
Iceland. Damn, Iceland is kind of...
Grogden says Iceland?
Iceland is weird. Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, so,
what are they gonna do? Shoot volcanoes? True, Grogden.
What?
His comment,
yeah,
Grogden.
hot springs.
I've been listening to this for a while. Very sad to hear about all of this. Hello, Mega Mocap. How are you?
Or thank you, but yeah.
Yeah.
It's scary.
Grogden is pushing X to doubt, Box, but...
Yeah, I'm also pressing X to doubt. But I also don't know what the fuck's going on. Honestly, I never read the news, except when something like this happens. Like, I'll open up the news site, you know, the one that I was talking about earlier, that are like very fast, but also very
fast and loose.
With their content. I'll just open it like once a day, like in the morning, and be like, okay, did something really big happen? Nope. And then you just go further, you know. And I don't even remember how I heard about this today. I guess I opened the site and I saw that it was like a big headline. I was like, wait a minute.
You're like, wait, what?
This doesn't sound well.
In my home? Or in my home country? Wait, what?
Yeah, I was like, what the hell?
All right, I'm gonna do a quick story real quick while I got you on camera. Come join Rawriz and I. We are talking about the Swedish shooting that just happened today.
Yeah, some people called it a school shooting, but I don't know. When people say school shooting, they think about like middle
Primary,
school,
yeah.
or high school, but it's not like that really. Because they think about like a kid.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it is. Yeah, I mean, technically it is, but I feel like using that expression can give the wrong idea in people's minds, because this one was an adult, and the school is for adults.
Alright, is
Yeah.
education free there? Or paid by the government?
Yeah, it's free, yeah. It's just free.
Damn. Jealous of that. So jealous of that.
Yeah. It's just free. I guess it's paid by the government. I don't know.
Paid for by our
Paid
taxes.
by taxes.
Yeah, but my taxes are paying for weapons.
How much income tax do you pay, Gato?
I forget the percentage. It is like somewhere between 20 to 40. I'm just gonna give a broad range.
20 to 40?
Yeah, I'll give a broad range.
That's kind of a lot. I was gonna say we paid like 35 here or something.
I'm not paying any income tax this year. Wait, you said close to 45?
35.
35, but that also pays for healthcare, right?
Yes.
Pays for education.
And education.
Okay. And then you guys do have public transportation, right? And
yes.
It's pretty good, right? Trains.
Yes. We do.
I can't. No, Box TV. They're even talking about getting rid of the Department of Education right now in the US. So it's just like,
no,
bro,
I'm not gonna start talking about your country. Like,
it's so ass
I'm
backwards
sorry, but
right
it's a
now.
fucking joke. Like,
yes, the rest of the world
hell?
is like, what the fuck is going on over there? Like,
yeah, it's.
Transportation, it's okay, not free though, says Grogden.
No, it's kind of expensive. But yeah. It's not bad.
I gotcha.
Like, you can go anywhere you want, and yeah.
Elon is installing the blockchain in the US Treasury. You joke about that, but they're actually considering adding Bitcoin to the US Treasury.
It would fit the narrative.
It just hurts my soul so much. It hurts my soul.
Yeah, do you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Back to the Future when Biff becomes president.
Jeez.
So that's all I think about. Isn't his name Biff? Back to the Future. Yeah, Biff Tannen.
I'm gonna have to watch that movie to know the reference, but I don't imagine it's good.
Yeah, he's like an idiot. And in the future he becomes president.
And he's probably moving all the real money into his own accounts. Oh, he'll be selling. He'll be selling the crypto. Grogden. I do have Bitcoin, so it would indirectly benefit me, but I kind of don't want it. Biff was not the smartest man for sure, says Allred. Okay.
It's so funny because, okay, so basically the premise is that, I think it's Back to the Future 2 or something. A lot of people said that he's basically Trump because he's like an idiot and he's like a violent guy basically, and he goes, yeah, and it's like a dystopian future basically when he becomes president, and then he has a big tower and like a casino. And he sits up there and just like threatens people and collects huge amounts of taxes and just runs the country into the ground basically. And it's funny because this came out in like the 80s.
Yikes.
So they didn't know.
Biff now make like a tree and get out of here? Isn't it supposed to be leave?
Yeah, but that's the quote, because like that's what he
Oh,
says,
he
because he
fucks it
doesn't
up.
know
He fucks
why.
it up.
Like
Okay,
he's so
okay, okay.
stupid, so he doesn't understand the thing.
Biff got hit once and turned into a complete pushover.
Oh yeah, I have to rewatch that. Anyway.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry, Royce. This isn't great news. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
In your guys' chapter. What do you think happens after this? Do you think they'll try to get stricter about gun laws? Do you think nothing will happen?
There's nothing about gun laws. But I don't think they're gonna do anything about the gun laws, because gun laws is just for hunters. Maybe within the hunting community there might be a, discussion of how it should be harder to get a gun or whatever. But I don't know. I don't think that's gonna be the issue. I think the issue is gonna be the motive of the guy. So in the coming days, we're probably gonna hear about like the motive and hear people that knew him talk about him and stuff.
Oh god.
And yeah.
Grogden says, well, they recently made semi-auto hunting guns legal. Possibly they would revert that, but probably not.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not super I don't know anything about that. I just know that people usually get them for hunting, but of course there are people who use them for other things as well. While they're not supposed to do that, but they probably do.
Yep, alarm. There has been another shooting, but this one happens to be in Sweden. And I'm talking to Rawriz and Grogden, who are both Swedish, and they speculate it could be anti-immigrant / racist sentiments, but we'll find out more when it's official. And then, wait, Grogden says, I mean, they already knew about Breivik when they changed the law. What does that mean?
Yeah, so Breivik was is a Norwegian guy. I don't know if you remember that, but it was a Norwegian guy that basically it's Norway's biggest shooting. And I think the only mass shooting that happened there. I don't know if you remember that. Do you? Okay, so basically as I said, Noratech, as Gorgon says, was made with some legal semi-auto hunting rifle. Yeah, he had a hunting rifle. And he pretended to be basically he pretended to be a policeman. And then
wow.
Okay, so long story short, there was an explosion at a communal building in central Oslo. I don't remember if people got killed, but it was like a huge explosion that he did. So after that, while the police was busy with that, he took like a set of guns, and then he went to a summer camp that was held on a small island for I think it was I don't know if it was students of I can't remember, but it was basically a bunch of young people, and they're I guess you can call them teachers. They just went to a summer camp on a small island to have fun and cook and do activities wherever. And you had to get there by boat because it was a small island. So he managed to persuade someone there to, I don't know if he borrowed his boat or something, because he was like, yeah, he dressed as a policeman. So he dressed as a policeman. He was like, yeah, since there's been bombings in the town, I'm gonna go out there and just make sure that everybody's safe. And he went onto the island with the boat, and started shooting everybody on the island.
Wow.
And he killed several people. Yeah, he killed like 100 teens because they were leftists, basically.
Yikes. That's
The
insane.
police were. So he had it all figured out. 'Cause the police were slow to respond, like slower to respond, because they were busy with the thing in Oslo, and it was kind of, I don't know if it was close to Oslo, but it was like outside of Oslo, basically. So anyway, something like that. I might have some errors in my explanation, but that's basically Norway's biggest, biggest mass shooting that happened there. So I think a lot of Swedish people think about that, even though this was nowhere near as big as that. I think that's what probably goes on a lot of people's minds, you know?
Yep, one of your neighbors. Yep.
Yeah, because there are neighbors, and Norway is basically very similar to Sweden, like how in the way it's run, and
Culturally.
you know, we understand, culturally, and like we understand each other's languages and everything. So.
Sunmuse says, I'm just disappointed. People seem to be more afraid of one Mexican mommy with her children looking for a way to care for their family instead of being afraid. Never seen a Mexican mommy run into any place and shoot at random.
Okay.
Your AI thinks it's politically motivated. That might be true, AI Rawriz.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, before this, no hunter in Sweden ran into an education center and shot people either. Sag. True.
Yeah. True. I mean, there's been some. Oh, actually, come to think of it, one thing I kind of remember that happened in my lifetime. I have to Google it because I don't remember it.
You have a lot of hunters and they aren't insane.
No, it was in 2017.
Oh, what happened in 2017?
There was in the central Stockholm. There was a guy that got in a van.
Okay.
And just like ran over a bunch of people.
Oh. Okay.
It says 5 people died, 15 were hurt. But that was connected to terrorism. It was like IS apparently, or whatever, ISIS, whatever you call them.
It was a beer truck. Damn, that sucks. Waste of beer.
Yeah. It was a beer truck. Okay, I don't remember. Oh yeah, I do remember it was a beer truck now that you said it. But yeah, again, that's 5 people. Like, I'm not trying to be like, okay, that wasn't as bad as this, and this was blah, 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 depending on how many people die. I'm just saying, like, that's what comes to mind, kind of, when I think about this. It was an Islamist, yeah. So I guess you can call that a terrorist attack.
Yep, that was terror motivated. Okay.
Yeah.
We're not sure what this one is, but you're speculating. You and Grogden speculate. Potentially racist terrorism or racist.
No, but this like the truck thing was confirmed that he was
ISIS.
Yeah, it was ISIS. But about this one that happened today, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not gonna come out until later, and we'll see how. Because sometimes things can be very straightforward, and sometimes they are very advanced and very intricate. So I guess we'll see. There's not much to. I mean, it happened. What is it, like 12 hours ago?
Yep.
And the police are not gonna say anything.
Yep.
Except like very few things. They had a press conference, like a press thing. Is it called a press conference?
Yep,
Yeah.
press conference, yep.
Earlier. A little bit anything they asked him, he was like, I can't comment that at this hour. I
Mhm.
can't comment this and I can't comment that and I don't have information. And it's always like that in Sweden. Like
Take
we're very
this.
used to not getting information like until law enforcement and la are really like run through everything 1,000 times over, and they probably have
Mhm.
done a lot of stuff. But I did hear that when they had a suspect, they raided his apartment.
Mm.
I did hear that on the news. So they did do that. But that's the only thing I know about that.
Yep, Brogdon says they can't legally share a lot of things during an active investigation, and the police didn't say they saw it as terrorism yet, but they have not investigated it enough yet.
Yeah.
Mm.
So that's the thing. You can't really It's not like in the US here. It's like you can't really legally share.
Well, they're not supposed to in the US, but a lot of police chiefs are loosey-goosey.
Yeah, that's not a thing here. The police already have a bad reputation here, but not what you think. They have a bad reputation because they're bad at investigating things.
Oh, okay.
And and they keep fucking up because there's not enough, like, I would say, smart policemen here. But it's usually about the people who are running investigations and stuff like that. Because there's been a lot of like bloopers, basically, that they've done in the past like 50 years.
Brogdon says, well, they can share what crime they investigate, like what they would charge someone with.
Yeah.
And why do you
They
say
can.
why do you say there's not a lot of smart cops?
Well, I'm not talking about the street cops. I'm talking about like the investigation teams. I don't even know what I'm talking about, but
detectives.
that's what I've like the detectives and like I don't know. That's the image that I've gotten, but honestly, I don't know much. This is just what I've been hearing.
You're calling detectives stupid?
Yeah, I am. I am.
Or just saying
there aren't many. Maybe both. Maybe both, actually. I don't know if there's a lot of people who want to be in the law enforcement in Sweden. But I do remember when I was a kid, they always said that you can have a whole career in the police force and never fire your gun ever at a suspect.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, that's usually like the majority of people don't have to shoot anyone during their whole career. But I'm not sure if that's the case anymore.
Wait, can you read Grogdon's comment for us and say it? Because
says, well, usually a detective's job is to write inget spaningsunderlag and then close the investigation.
What does that mean?
That they have no that they legally have not enough reasons to look into something.
Oh, okay.
So they can't proceed with the investigation. Like lack of evidence, basically. If you report a theft, they do that. This feels like it's oddly specific, Rogden. I don't know if is this personal. It's just a thought. Even if you tell them it did it.
Yep. And then Box says, that's most people's job in most countries. Like 99% of police officers never shoot anyone.
Yeah, I guess it is. But I don't know. I don't know if that's the case anymore. I mean, gun violence has increased
Did you?
because there used to be none.
There used to be none.
There used to be literally none, and now there's some. But honestly, in January, this year, one thing that increases is fucking bombings. There's been people
Bombings?
like crafting their own gun, like bombs and shooting them, or not shooting them, setting them off. And there's been hand grenades and shit like that. And apparently, they said that every day in January, there was a bomb going off somewhere in Sweden.
What did they do?
And I'm like, the fuck? I'll be honest, I have heard bombs.
Do you think it's just people being
I'm laughing
bored?
because it's so. Huh?
Do you think it's just people bored, or what do you think this is happening?
No, I think it's like okay. So I think it's gang stuff mostly, gang related. People trying to scare each other. Extortion, yeah.
It's a protection,
That's what
extortion,
it is.
and gang war. Really?
And sometimes I think it's not directly connected to gangs, but drugs instead. So like you owe, let's say you're an addict and you owe someone money. They throw a hand grenade at your door in the middle of the night when nobody's there, just to scare you, kind of like that.
Extort you, make you.
Yeah.
Come up.
So
with
it's
money.
not for like they. It's usually not to like kill somebody. It's for like destroying businesses or, you know, or scaring, like intimidation and extortion. Yeah.
Sunmu says, yep, and it was like this year as well, but stats last year showed increased guns use. Fun things, as police always say, need to be more weaponized to get mere rights to investigate. They get it, and police violence numbers increase. A couple of years later, they again need to be more weaponized and get more rights because it worked last time, right? Okay, and then Grogden says, and you can get cheap hand grenades from Balkan? What is that?
The Balkan countries. It's.
Is that true? Can you?
I don't know.
You don't know?
But I know nothing about it. But the Balkan countries are like, wait, isn't it like?
Criminals can. Okay, gotcha, Grogden. Gotcha.
I mean, I can't. Yeah, make sure you say that, Grogden. You never know who's in the chat. Hello, policeman. No, I'm just kidding.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know.
Right, so
I don't know anything about that.
is fentanyl a problem in Sweden?
No. I don't think it is. I mean, I don't know. There are some drug users in Sweden, but I would say it's not increasing or decreasing from what I heard anyway. And fentanyl, I don't know. I'm sure it's been introduced here, but it's not like a huge problem or anything that they talk about. I haven't heard anything about it. But also, you're talking to someone who never reads the news. Like, if it was a problem, I wouldn't know, probably.
Okay.
I only know if it's a huge problem. And it's not.
Oh, yeah, it's a huge
then
problem.
I would know about it.
Like in all cities, and major cities especially. Like,
no, there's probably other drugs here that are, you know,
more popular.
Yeah, easier to get.
Yeah,
There is drug trafficking though. Like they do some bust of people trying to bring in drugs, but I think it's usually like cocaine, heroin. Well, usually cocaine and weed.
Wait, weed's illegal in Sweden?
Yes. It is very illegal. But sometimes when you walk through neighborhoods, you can smell
it everywhere.
from people's balconies. But I'm not sure if a policeman would walk past. I'm not sure if he would do anything.
He would care. He's got other fish to fry.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Maybe if
Okay.
it was like a very... I don't actually know. I don't actually know how the police think about it. But yeah, it is illegal. Like you can't
Oh,
can't
Automod
smoke
got you. I
it.
apologize. Let me go get you, Grogden. Let me go get you.
Not the auto mod.
I'll allow it. That's a risky term. I'm not gonna repeat it, but weed is illegal as other illegal drugs because our politicians are slow in the brain.
Yeah. Yeah. It's it is what it is. I wish they would come to their senses, but on the other hand, I know they're careful as well because Sweden used to be a pretty poor country, and they've also already monopolized the alcohol. I don't know if you knew that, but alcohol is there's only one store
Oh, it's government
in
run
Sweden.
and distributed.
Yeah, it's good. Yes. So and it's not open on Sundays, and it closes at 7 in the evening. Because basically Sweden used to have a lot of drunks, and it was part of some program in the back. I can't remember, like in the 70s, maybe 60s. I can't remember, maybe even further back. And they tried to reduce the amount of drunks and make it so that alcohol would be, harder to get. And then long further, I think it's probably.
Yeah, but then Grogden was saying
Anyway,
if you
and I think,
order delivery,
think,
it takes a week.
huh?
If you order delivery,
Oh yeah,
it takes a
I
week.
never did that actually, but I heard it takes a while.
And what about tobacco? Like if cigarettes, can you get them anywhere, or is
Cigarettes
that also...
is actually much less popular in Sweden than it used to be. When I was a kid, you could smoke like inside bars. Now you can't even smoke outside bars. If you want to smoke, you have to go outside the bar and then just like 10 meters away. Which is like, I don't know, like 50 yards or something. I don't even know how much.
Yeah, but I mean, 10 meters, but like if there's a line of bars, like you just have to like go to like an alley somewhere.
Yeah.
Damn.
You're basically bullied. Like they bullied all the smokers to the point where people just... That's the thing in Sweden. They want to like slowly
keep everyone
keep
healthy.
it away. Yeah.
Make it
so they basically
inconvenient.
bully and reduce your... I don't know if you can call it rights, but I guess you can call it rights in this scenario. They remove your rights as a smoker, and then over time you will think it's so annoying because it's such a hassle to smoke that you will stop, or you're more prone to stop smoking.
How much is a pack of cigarettes in Sweden?
I think it's a lot. Like they made it pretty expensive.
The age limit on tobacco was added in 1997. Wait, what age can you purchase tobacco?
I don't know, actually. I think it's 18.
Sunmu says, as a smoker in Sweden, I felt like everyone was watching me and I felt really guilty.
Yes, that's the thing. Like Swedes, like they successfully created a society that just like looks down on smoking.
Wow.
But, and this is a big but, I know that what has increased is snus. That's the thing you put on under your lip. A
Oh,
lot of people do that.
okay, the dipping alcohol. That's what they call, or dipping tobacco.
What?
Chew. That's what they call it in the U.S.
Yeah, but you don't chew it. You just
Yep.
put it on your lip and then you get high or something. I don't know. I've never done it.
Now, Sunmiya says, like, Stockholm Airport has a 1-by-1 smoking area in the middle of a room. Yikes.
Yeah.
Uh,
I think The Sims, you know?
restricting liberties, remove freedoms, classic government strategy. True, Box TV. True.
Yeah, that's basically it. But in this case, I would say it's a really good thing. Because I thought it was annoying when I was a kid. Or
Wait.
we were smokers.
Wait, you were
everywhere.
a smoker? Or you were just saying
No,
smokers were
but I
everywhere?
thought it was annoying and I thought it smelled bad.
I support the 18-year limit on tobacco. Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you're below, I mean, if you're at early teen, I don't feel like you should be smoking. Like, it's not healthy for you.
Yeah. Because basically they created like a... Like if you... I'm pretty sure that if you're like a 20-year-old now
Mm-hmm.
and you smoke, it's kind of... it's kind of like saying that it's kind of the same basis that you just named, like if you just name drop that you smoke, that's just, you get the same reaction as if you name drop that you're like a deep Christian in Sweden. People will look at you a bit weird because it's so uncommon. Practicing Christian, I would say. It's also very strange. People usually don't say anything though.
Sunmiya says, Nodders, when I stopped smoking, I realized how people would get affected by one smoking person, even outside.
Yeah, I know right away if someone's smoked. And especially if they just went out to smoke and come in, you know. It smells.
Your AI says...
You can smell it on people.
Your AI made this up. It says, as a former smoker, I'm glad it got more expensive because that made me stop.
That's good. I don't even know if I have any friends that smoke.
And Grog
I have one or two, but they're French.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. And Grog says, I pray every Sunday to the sun.
Mm-hmm. Sure you do.
And not to the moon.
I wish I could pray to the sun. If I saw the sun.
A lot of people
only smoke at parties. Yes, I've done that before. Because if you're having a conversation with someone at a party and you have like a deep, funny conversation, and that person smokes, or that person is talking to someone else who smokes, or you're in a group of 4 people and one of them smokes, then you go out and continue the conversation outside while the fourth person is smoking. You just yapping. And then and then you're a bit drunk, and then you just like, while you're yapping or waiting for an answer, you just take the smoke from their hand and do a puff, and then you continue yapping. That's usually what happened when I was at university. At parties. Like, it's just a thing. It just feels good to like steal someone's smokes, you know.
Oh, you get the nicotine. Yeah, you got the drug.
I never felt anything of anything. It's just fun because it's a stick. It's kind of like me picking up a stick on the road because it feels like a sword, you know what I'm saying? And you swing it a bit and you're like, hee hee, it's a sword.
Others help their health by stealing their smokes.
And it's the same thing with, well, it was the same thing. I don't think, or I would not do it now. But I do remember some instances where when I was drunk and just, you know, a bit stupid and just like, yeah, sure, I'll smoke a bit. And then I'm like, oh, this doesn't taste good. But then I also like drank straight alcohol out of a bottle, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You just do stupid shit sometimes when you're drunk.
Yep. Mavox says, nah, don't even inhale. Just fill your mouth with the smoke and waste it. Hee hee.
True. That's what I used to do when I didn't know, like, I didn't want to, like, actually take a puff because I felt like I was gonna cough a lot.
Give me a train.
No, it's like. Anyway, I went off on a tangent.
That's okay. That's okay.
A long one.
Give me
I haven't, while
better
we were
understanding.
yapping, I haven't heard anything about it.
Any new updates?
No, and I mean it's the middle of the night. They're not gonna do anything. They have some interviews. They got an interview that's posted about a woman that was there. She tried to save a student that was shot.
Oof.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Mavox is crushing on you. She says, I like listening to you, Rawriz.
Oh, thank you. I'm afraid I yap too much sometimes, but that's just how my brain works. It never stops yapping.
No, I like learning about your culture. Is that crushing? You're always crushing on Rawriz. Admit it, Mavox. You want to make out with her every time you see her.
Yeah, you always make out with me.
Or does that just mean you guys are in a steady relationship now?
Yeah. Yeah. She's my girlfriend.
That's mutual making out, not crushing. Oh, okay. Yapping is the point of streaming. True, Crockton. True.
We're girlfriends. No. But I wish. You know what I'm saying?
Just
I
your
wish I had a
boyfriend, no.
girlfriend. No. But maybe he's listening to me right now.
That's right. He went away and now he's back.
But he's like the least jealous person ever. I'm pretty sure he would be okay with me finding a girlfriend. He would be one of the guys like, can I join?
Right.
Or he's painfully straight. Yeah, I think I am actually.
Well, crushing Mavox's stream.
Yeah, I am painfully straight.
What about under the influence? Does that kind of blur the lines a little bit?
Other than what?
Under the influence. If you're intoxicated, drunk.
I mean, every girl has made out with their best friend at some point.
Oh, wow.
I did. In college, but high school.
Sorry,
we were like, and I'm not talking like a little pick. I'm talking like full out like makeup session.
Interesting. Most guys would because they dream of a threesome. True, Crockton. True.
Yeah.
I think they fantasize about it, but then, like, the logistics, like, if it was a present in front of them, I think the logistics would be like, oh, fuck. They'd have a panic moment.
Yeah. Not the logistics. That makes me think of like trucks and warehouses.
Yeah.
Weren't we supposed to talk about serious stuff today? We're just talking about making out with your friends.
He went on a tangent.
Have you ever made out with your friends? Gato?
No.
Have you ever made out with someone who you weren't like romantically interested in? Like if you just did it for fun, you were drunk or anything like that.
No, so here's the thing. I did make out at a party one time with a girl that I was interested in.
Ah, okay.
But she was okay just making out and like going about her life.
Oh, so she was not like interested in you, is what you're saying?
I guess not. Like for the night to have fun at the party, yes, but not to pursue it further.
I see.
Sag.
Aww. It's okay. You weren't meant for each other.
And I've already told the gatos about the recent offer I've gotten, which I
Wait, your recent? Okay, I want to hear about this. Change the stream title. We're talking relationships now.
maybe I'll hide the headline so we could just not have that in the background. Let me turn off Firefox. Yeah, you've heard it.
I didn't hear it because often I have to go to bed in the middle of the stream usually, so I don't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No,
what the fuck is a recent offer? It sounds like a job offer.
My coworker has offered to take me on what he calls a surefire bet to get a lady.
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait a minute.
He's
What
like,
did you just say?
I have a coworker who has an offer to take me out with him so that we can go get a lady for the night.
Oh, I see. I thought it. Never mind.
Yes. Hey, Namori. No, our other Swedish person just got here.
Namori.
And we just finished talking about the horrible dark day in your country's history, Namori.
Yeah, well, sometimes you
Sag.
just have to talk about other stuff. We already talked about that.
We talked about it, but he once got
There's
to
not much
this,
to talk about, but I can keep you posted if you want to in the coming days because I think more stuff is gonna come out about that.
Yeah, put in my news for stream.
Yeah.
But we'll quickly touch on Namori. Namori, do you have any suspicions on this event? Motivation? Do you think you have an idea what may have caused it? And you're also welcome to come join the Discord call if you want. I do know that you're supposed to be asleep though.
Yeah.
And it's okay if you don't want to. Also, have a good night, Nepe. And then I will tell you guys about, or afterwards I will tell Rawriz about my coworker's offer.
I mean, the last thing I can say about this is it's really sad, and if anyone in chat wants to talk about it, my DMs are open. I don't know if I can do much, but yeah, I am a fellow Swedish person, or I mean,
you just
can
woke
be.
up. Oh,
This could be. This could be about. This could be someone who's not from Sweden as well, of course. But
yes.
Anyway.
Namori, if you just woke up, yes, your country just had one of the darkest days in your history. There was a gun attack that happened at a adult education facility in which 10 people now, or 11 believed to be dead now, shot by a hunter, supposedly.
a lone gunman.
A lone
And
gunman.
he is, important to add, he is also dead.
Yes.
We don't know how. But unconfirmed sources said he shot himself, but we don't know.
Hey, what's going on, Ulti? How are you?
Yeah, so there's not like a threat that's been going on or anything. It's over, but it's still sad, you know.
And then Grogden says probably offed himself. So
Yeah, could be.
So I'm sorry to drop a bombshell on you while joining the stream. I do feel like there's value in having a conversation with your fellow Swedish peoples. We've got Grogden here, we got Rawriz here.
Yeah.
And I do like talking the news on my channel. So it's okay to have a place to talk about these things. So
Yeah.
It's the world's cutest cat and my favorite Swedish person.
I thought I was the world's cutest cat, and I was like, wait a minute. That's me and me.
Also, Ulti, that means
You should also mention
Grogden,
Gato.
Grogden and Namori take a second seat to Rory's. They are also Swedish.
Yeah, but you know, Ulti knows what he likes. That sounds weird, but
Don't flip it on me. Okay. So don't get me in trouble, Cat. I'm trying to compliment you too.
I was watching Ulti earlier.
Oh yeah, he's a software and dev
But I
content
zoned
now.
out pretty fast because whenever I see code on the screen, I'll be like, my mind just goes somewhere else.
Software and dev content is not Rory's
Yeah,
cup of
like
tea.
back end stuff. I'm like, it's just Matrix. Ugh.
We could take over the stream. Well, you guys are already taking over the platform. The Swedes are taking over the platform. It's
Yeah, cool.
I've been noticing that trend.
We already took over everything secretly.
Secretly.
The thing is, Swedish people don't like to brag, so there's a lot of things that are Swedish made. They just don't know are Swedish made.
Like what?
Like the latest Weekend song that I've been listening to on repeat. I was like, this is so fucking good. I love the song. And then I checked out the songwriters. Of course, The Weeknd. Do you know who produced it? Max Martin.
Max Martin. Shout out to the Swedes, cool people. Yes, PewDiePie,
He is
Rawriz,
Swedish, and he has
Nomori, Grogden.
produced probably the most amount of hit songs ever.
Max Martin made so much of pop music. True.
Yeah. He has made so much, like Ariana Grande, Taylor Swift, fucking yeah. It's crazy.
Thank you for the bit smiled, and thank you for the song of my peoples.